Welcome to the channel and a happy Easter. At least as of the day we're filming this, it is Easter. And what are we doing today? We're on an Easter egg hunt for roller coasters. We are back at Six Flags. It opened 4 days ago, April 1st. It was not an April Fool's joke. This is opening weekend. It's Sunday. We're hoping maybe there'd be a little less crowds, but you could see some of that footage rolling in. The lines were already building to get in here, but we never really stopped, so that's okay. They should be at some limited capacity in the park, but we'll see. It's going to be mid 80s today, so we're all, dressed accordingly. I'm still kind of peeling my sunburn from Disney, but we're going to go check out the roller coasters, see what we can do. A lot of the big roller coasters I'll have to do myself because he's too little, but this is our first theme park back in California since they've started to reopen, so that is super exciting. So come along and join us on this experience. All right, so right inside the gate, here's the sign pointing us to all the different roller coasters. We're heading to Ninja first, because it's the biggest and most exhilarating roller coaster Declan can go on. So we're gonna start off the day good and go ride that roller coaster, which it's over here somewhere hidden in the trees. All right, we just found the staircase to Ninja. So even though we've been walking uphill the entire way, now we gotta walk up some stairs to get there. The M&M stairs, which when you get just the right angle, makes a super cool picture. All right, we found it. And so far, it looks like there's basically nobody in line. Fingers crossed that maybe there's no lines. All right, making our way through the queue. I can see, yeah, there's basically no line down there. They've got the distance markers on the ground. And on the roller coaster, they're actually using like every other row. You can see that sign right there. This row not in use. And as you can see the coaster going by, at least every other row is empty. All right, first roller coaster of the day out of the way. What'd you think of it, Declan? He's been on it before, the last time we were in the park, which was, like I mentioned at Disney, you never know what you're gonna get. There's a random goose just standing in the middle. It's as big as Declan is. He just noticed it. That's a huge goose. But anyway, so yeah, the last time we were physically in this park was the drive-through for holidays in the park this year. Or I guess technically last year, like 4 months ago. And then the last time we were in the park, basically at the park, if that makes sense, was the holidays in the park.
Walking around in the park.
Yeah, walking around in the park was the year before. So it's been about 16 months since we've been here. And it's a little bit by design, because it's almost a 100-mile drive for us to get here. So it's not exactly a place we want to drive to every weekend. And there's limited rides that he can go on down there.
Plus, I don't like roller coasters.
Yeah, Ashley hates roller coasters. She did go on Ninja. We're probably gonna go on it again today. She will not be going on it again, that's for sure.
It's way too bumpy.
See, and I didn't think it was, I don't find it as bumpy. It certainly throws you around because it's an underslung roller coaster. So in terms of helicopter speak, it's like an underslung transmission where you free spin, and as you go around the corners, it swings up. It's kind of like a bobsled, as opposed to being like a very rigid seat that goes with the track. I enjoy that. Declan obviously loved it. Ashley doesn't like it. She does, again, not a big roller coaster person. So when he gets a little older, it'll probably be me and Declan coming here alone. But it was an awesome experience for the first one. That's the only roller coaster really besides the little tiny ones that he can go on. But there is a new roller coaster here that I'm going to try and go on if the line's not too long. And I might try to get on some of the other ones because clearly there was no line for Ninja. I don't know what the other rides will be like. But I think we're wandering our way down into the DC area right now. Maybe I'll go on Riddler if the line's not long. And then there's an attraction down there that he can go on and some more rides. And as we turn the corner to start making our way back down towards the area, the brand new roller coaster just came into view. It's the yellow and white track that's in the distance. You can see it's called West Coast Racers, and basically it's I don't know if it's the first of its kind, or it's at least the first of its kind here, and we're about to lose it out of view. There's multiple rails going at the same time, so you're kind of like racing another train, so to speak. Now I'm sure that it's all programmed. It's not like it's chance of who's going to win or not, but that'll be super fun as you're going around watching the other car, you know, spinning around you potentially. Wish I could film on it. Obviously they don't really let filming here, but I'll certainly try to go on it so that way I can bring a review of it. So just like at Six Flags over Georgia, here they're advertising the Do the Six, so wearing your mask, washing your hands, cover your cough, keep your space, sanitize often, and of course number 6, have fun. And a little disclaimer that they're 100% committed. All right, so we're down in the DC area. There's the really big loud roller coaster, green and yellow, is Riddler's Revenge. It's unique as you stand up on it. You're kind of like straddling a little seat, but you're fully standing up. But what we're wandering over for is Battle for Metropolis, where it's a little more like a showy type ride. And it does appear to be open with zero line, at least outside. So today we got really nervous seeing those lines, but they might all be at for the big roller coaster, so we might not have an issue with lines here. Okay, we just got in. There's the DC statue, and now we're wandering into the dark area. Ashley's already up here somewhere. And there's Cyborg. Speaking of, we just watched Ashley's behind me. We just watched the Zack Snyder cut of the Justice League, and it was phenomenal.
These wannabe Justice Leaguers have been trying to stun me with those blasters all day! Get 'em, Harley! You're bad, man! Bad idea following me! Hold still! It's a gas!
Saving the city of Metropolis. We'd like to make you all honorary members of the Justice League.
Okay, gang. Let's check out how you scored on your mission.
Great job. Nice job. Nice shooting, team.
You should be very proud.
Now let's see who took the top spot.
Booyah! Nice job. Glad you're on our side.
You are real superheroes.
Alright, I got in line for Riddler and also basically a walk-on ride. I got all the way to the front before I stopped. They're about to run this car for sanitation.
For those of you in line, please take a couple steps back. Once again, please take a couple steps back.
They're making announcements to step back a little bit.
Once again,
there's really nobody in front of us,
sanitizing
so they're going to run this one and then we'll run the next car. You can kind of see them in the distance, like right here. They've got what kind of looks like almost like a pest control like device. They're going through spraying it all. You can see it dripping down, and then they're gonna run it so it can air dry.
How was the roller coaster?
It was really, really fun. Because it's the standing one, I remembered last second how the last time I went on this roller coaster, it was wintertime and it was cold. And I had my sunglasses on, and that was a mistake because your head bounces back and forth between it. And when I had the sunglasses on, it was just making it even worse. It's a little loud. It tore at my ears. So this time I had taken them off. Plus it's not as cold, so my ears aren't as tender. But it started to bounce, so I just found the right place to kind of prop my head against it. And then other than that, what's really fun, I don't remember this last time from the ride, there are periods of near 0 G in it, where basically it's when it comes up over the hump because you're standing there, and especially me, there was a little bit of a gap with the harness, not enough to be a danger, but a little bit of a gap. So as we'd come up, you would kind of float for a second. And I would actually feel myself come off the floor very momentarily, kind of like when I'm doing like combat maneuvering in the helicopter. Super fun. So I'm ready to do some more roller coasters. So we're over by the Scream Punk district, what the past would look like if the future had happened sooner. And they've got a sign over here. Welcome back, the thrill is calling. And I would certainly agree, it is definitely calling today. It is super nice with the almost no lines, at least on the rides we've ridden so far. Man, that's loud. Let's see. Let's watch them plummet right now. There it goes. But you can even just tell by looking around. There's like this night and day difference from Disney World and Universal Orlando when we were just there. Still early-ish. They're only open till 6 tonight, and it's 1 o'clock, so they got 5 hours more. So this could be close to what they're gonna have in today. I don't know. All right, the time has come to go wander over and get in line at the West Coast Racers. Just realized the app does in fact show wait times. I didn't think they did. It's not the longest wait time. Goliath right now shows at 90 plus. There's 2 roller coasters that are at 55 minutes, and that is one of them. Every other ride is 20 to 25 minutes or below, all the way down to 5 minutes are a lot of them. So we're gonna go get in line right now, or I am at least, and then hopefully it's not really 55. Maybe it'll be like Orlando was, where it's kind of just an estimate and it turns out it's a lot quicker. But we'll get in line no matter what and go check out what that one's all about. I'm gonna film as much as I can up to and after the ride. I just can't film on the ride. Okay, so we're going through the underground at Six Flags. We're right under some of the track for West Coast Racers. You can see it comes over here. It's a little hard to see the colors right now, but there's yellow and white tracks. I mean, it's all the tracks you're looking at right there. I can hear one going. It's probably behind me somewhere. Oh, yep, Ashley just said she sees the queue outside. Oh, yeah, there it is. Oh, weird. I thought the entrance was going to be over on this side. But there it is right there, so I might get a little sun, but you know, it's worth it. I'll sacrifice myself for all of you guys. So there's West Coast Racers right there, and here is at least some of the queue. It looks like that's the end right there. So we'll go hop in line, and I'll start a timer just to see what it actually takes to get through it. So I can understand why it's 70 minutes, because I've been in line for 21 minutes so far, and I started just right back there, maybe like three fence things back, and it's been over 20 minutes, but I really think that this is the only line right here. So once we get inside, I'm sure it's there, but it's because they're spacing out on the cars, only putting maybe 1 party per each car, and I think there's only two cars in each one, so there's not a lot of people that can fit on the ride right now. So let's see if we can zoom in and get it to clear up on the inside. You can see a little bit of the queue in there. They're just limiting how many people go inside. And then you can see how the coasters come out of those garages right there. One out of each one for the racing, if you will. This one. All right, we're on our way in now. See what it looks like in here. Oh, very cool. Oh, that's a really nice car. Oh, that's neat. They've got screens that make it look like actual garage bays where they're doing work. So you got the paint department here, and then the fabrication department. And we're coming up on my yellow mark. And it's air conditioned in here. It is chilly, actually. Oh, we can get a better view of this car here. Right, I'm at an hour 15, which should be 75 minutes, which is pretty darn close. Just one. All right, and we're heading up the stairs. And there we go. West Coast Custom Designs. We've got some bins you can put your stuff in. And the cars themselves actually look like little cars. All right, all done that roller coaster. Off to try and find where they are because we're gonna eat and then go on Ninja again. But this roller coaster, it surprised me. It did something I didn't know it was gonna do. So I know there's the two cars and they were racing, and I thought it was gonna be the line splits into two, and then they just load up both sides. But what happens is they load up the one side, you do the run through, which was fantastic, by the way. And then once you get back to kind of, the loading area, your car ends up on the other side. So then they pretend like they're doing some work on the car, and then you run the entire roller coaster again on the other track. So that was unexpected and really cool, which also helps explain why the line goes a little slower, because they're only loading one side at a time, not two. But it was definitely really fun, a really smooth roller coaster. Since it's so new, that probably makes sense. It's not jerky at all, lots of twists and turns, a lot of G-forces on it, but it was definitely an awesome roller coaster. I would definitely stand in line for over an hour again, but preferably on a cloudy day. So one of the nice things about this park versus some of the other parks in SoCal is, even though it's reaching towards the end of the day, you can see just how many trees there are around and just how shady it is. I did get stuck, obviously, standing in the sun for quite a bit at West Coast Racers, but a lot of the park, at least as you're moving around, it's in and amongst these trees, which is really, really nice. All right, so it turns out Ninja jumped up to almost or over an hour wait. So instead we're gonna hit the Grand American Carousel on the way out. You can see there's very few people waiting in line, so we should have no problem getting on there. And one of the very few rides I can actually film. So I'm gonna take advantage of it, and then we're gonna roll out after this ride. Whoa. Now, there's Declan. There we go. There. Better view of us. No, it's almost empty. Yeah, here, let me get a shot behind me. You can see there's basically nobody on. Everybody's in front of us. There's, I don't know, probably a dozen people total on here. But this just goes to show you're never too big to ride a carousel. All right, signs for the park exit. And we have reached them through the turnstiles. Enjoy your night. Thank you, you too. All right, so that wraps up the day at Six Flags. right behind me. You can see it. We're just getting ready to head down the hill to the car. Overall, really nice experience. I can already feel I got that sun and West Coast razors, but that's okay. Typically when I burn, it doesn't really hurt that much. It's just more annoying. But so let's talk about some of the protocols they had. Markers on the ground. Some people were trying to follow them. They actually had some roaming security in some lines, urging people to go to where they're supposed to be. Masks, on the other hand, not a lot of enforcement of those. A lot of people walking around without them on. Not one time did I hear anybody tell somebody to put their mask up. But a lot of people were still doing the right thing, so we thank you for that. Because they just were able to open, and we would hate for the state to turn around because people aren't following the rules and then shut things back down again. So let's not go into that. But other than that, it was really nice to be back in the park, ride some roller coasters and some other rides. Just need him to sprout up about another 1.5 feet so he can go on all of the other roller coasters. But it was a really fun day. I hope you enjoyed this experience with us. So if so, please give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. Ring that bell below. You get notifications of all of our future videos. As always, be kind and be real, and join us on our next experience.